Hello, Sandeep.
Hello, Ajay ji. Good
Good,
morning. Oh,
good morning. Sandeep, I welcome to Sandeep. He is representing the University of Regina. So he is just on the behalf of university, uh, just in India and then getting the admission from all over the India and then nearby countries. So Sandeep, just tell me about the university campuses and different programs available for Indian students.
definitely. Ajay ji, if you're okay, I'm just going to share my screen with you with the
Yes,
presentation, which will show
sure,
you exactly where we are located and some of our programs. Okay.
exactly. Okay.
So that would be easier. So this is basically University of Regina. First thing, University of Regina is a top 15 Canadian university. So it's a very reputed university all across Canada as well as North America. It has basically, if you see on the map here on the right, you have Toronto on the eastern border, you have Vancouver on the western border, and right in the center of Canada, we have the province of Saskatchewan. Regina is the capital city, and the university is named after the capital city. So it's a University of Regina. As I mentioned, it's a top 15 Canadian university as well as it's a public university, and that's why it holds a great reputation. If you talk about the province itself, amazing province right in the center of Canada. It was known for, it is known, in fact, as the wheat capital of the world. Very, very good when it comes to sunlight. 320 days of sun out every year in the province. We have 39 provincial parks. The unemployment is less than 5.5%. So it's very, very good for employment as well as very, very safe province for students. Now, if you want to if you, there are some benefits as well, which I can talk about. Like, for example, we have the province offers students immigration, which is the fastest pathway to immigration through Saskatchewan Immigrant Nominee Program, which is also called SINP. It basically there are certain requirements, and most of our students might be eligible to apply for permanent residency right after completing the program. Okay, I will share the document with you, JG. You can probably discuss it with your probable students. All right.
Mhm.
Now, if I go to the city of Regina, basically population of around 250,000 people. If you see, it's one of the top communities to live in Canada, as well as the university itself. Like we saw I will show you the picture of the university in the next slide. It's right in the center of a park, which is called the Vescana Park, and it's surrounded by a lake. So just imagine having a student sitting by the lake studying, and you have just 2 minutes away, you have your campus, and you can go back and study on campus. The city, because of the very low taxes, it's a very affordable city. So you can find off-campus housing at very, very low cost as well. Okay. Now, this is a video. So, for example, about our campus, this is whatever you see on screen is the entire campus. So all buildings, whatever you see, in fact, it's not even covers the entire screen. On the right-hand side, we have a few more buildings, which has part of the campus. There is on-campus housing. This building, which you see on where, if you are able to see my cursor, this is on-campus housing available for students. Every year, we have over 17 to 18,000 students who come and study on campus, out of which we have around 18% international student, so around 4,000 to 5,000 international student. And we have a lot of students from South Asia, including India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and Nepal. Okay. As I said before, it's a top 15 Canadian comprehensive university. It is a research-based university. We have over 10 faculties and over 120 undergraduate programs. So over 120. So if you are looking to study any program, it's most probably we will have that program. Okay. In 2020, in fact, we were awarded the Research University of the Year in Canada. So it's a big reputation that we hold in Canada. And we offer many co-ops with our program. So any program with business, arts, science, or engineering, we offer a co-op for our students, which has two advantages. One is basically work experience in their field of education even before they graduate. And the second advantage is they can earn between 8 to 13,000 Canadian dollars while they are working as a co-op. Okay, if you have any question, JG, please feel free to ask me. I'm just gonna bring you to the page where it shows our programs. The main program, as I was talking, arts. This is not an exhaustive list. We have many other programs, many other specializations under arts, over 15 specializations. In business, we have 5 specialization. Education, we have 5 as well. And the best part about our education program is that the student is eligible to work as a teacher right after completing the program, as against other provinces where they have to get certification from the Ministry of Education before they are able to work as a teacher. Okay. We have the engineering, a very good opportunity for students if they were looking for engineering undergraduate program. If the student is from biology or looking for something in medical, we have kinesiology and health studies like human kinetics, health studies, sports and recreation, gerontology. Then we have media arts and performance. So if someone wants to work in the films or music or creative technology, we have the media arts and performance. Science, many specialization. This is not an exhaustive list. We have around 15 specialization under science, social work, nursing. Then we have some the French faculty as well as the master's programs. So the kind of program that we offer, Ajayji, is we have 1 year certificate program, we have 2 years diploma programs, and we have 4 years bachelor's program. So, okay, so 3 types of programs that we offer at University of Regina. Our fees is the same for any program that you do at University of Regina. It is an average of 20,500 Canadian dollars every year. Okay, so that is our fee structure. What is the requirement? Our requirement is very simple. We just need okay, I will tell you the requirements first. So just a moment. Yeah, so we need an average of 50% and above in the 4 core subjects. So what do I mean by that? For example, you have a student who wants to apply in diploma computer science or bachelor's computer science. We need a 50% and above average in the 4 core subjects. So the core subjects would be physics, chemistry, math, and English. So the average of the 4 subjects should be 50% and above. So for example, if the total marks is 400, the student should acquire at least 200 to qualify. If the student has 200 out of 400, they will qualify and we will accept the student. Okay. And the second requirement is basically an IELTS score, which is an English language test score. We need an overall score of 6.5 and no band less than 6. We accept TOEFL as well, 83 overall, no band less than 20. PTE, 59, no band less than 59. And Duolingo of 110 or higher. Okay, so these are the only 2 requirements for UG program that we have, very simple requirements. Now I was talking about something is basically, if you remember, JG, in the beginning, I was talking about co-ops available. So co-ops are available in our 4 main faculties, which includes arts, business, engineering, and science. The advantages is, so starting from second year in the bachelor's program, when they have their summer break, they will be working as a co-op in the field of their education. So for example, you have a student who is doing a program in maybe engineering, for example. So the student will be working with an engineering company in the field of education. So it has 2 advantages. They will get 4 months of work experience each year, starting from second year. So second year, 4 months, third year, 4 months, fourth year, 4 months. So they will have 1 year of work experience even before they graduate in their field of education. Plus, they are able to earn around 13,000 Canadian dollars in just this 4 months while they're doing this co-op. So if you see the amount of money they can earn through this co-op is like a full-time job, 13,000 Canadian dollars in just 4 months. So that is a big advantage. Another advantage is that this co-op basically helps them find employment right after completing the program, because most of the companies would like to absorb people they have already worked with, and therefore the employability also goes high for our graduate students. We have some scholarships also, Ajayji, available for students, which is, for example, as I said, 50% and above average, we accept the student in the program. However, if the student is really good and has 70% and above in the 4 core subjects, the student can get a tuition scholarship of $3,000 Canadian, or we have another choice. They can choose 8 months of free housing on campus in a fully furnished apartment. So they have a choice between two. And this is an entry scholarship which will be on the offer letter which the student receives. So when you submit an application, if the student has 50% and above, the student will get the offer letter. If the student has 70% and above, they will get the offer letter with a mention of the scholarship they are eligible for. Okay. Apart from this, there are 4 other scholarships, which is for the top students from all over the world across all faculties, which covers 20,000 Canadian dollars, which is spread over 4 years, $5,000 each year, plus free housing on campus for the entire program. Okay, it's a great opportunity, but it's only available for 4 students each fall semester. The tuition, as I was saying, it's around 20,500 right now, that on average. If you see, it goes around 30,000. This is a little on the higher side because the residence as well as food has been what do you say, inflated amount. So if you have, basically you should be looking at around anywhere between 20 to 30,000 Canadian dollars for a living plus your tuition fees. Some rooms available on campus, basically, as I mentioned, fully furnished apartments with all utilities included. This is within that scholarship of 8 months if they are able to get that, if they have 70% and above in the 4 core subjects. Apart from this, as I said, the languages we accept IELTS, TOEFL, PT, and Duolingo. We have life skill advisors on campus. We offer immigration advice as well as global learning center on campus. So basically, if the student has any issues with anything in life, maybe with accommodation, maybe with finding part-time job or any other question with they are they are having, they can go and meet our life skill advisors. If the student, for example, has has to apply for basically renewing the study permit, they can go and meet our immigration guidance team on campus. We have the Global Learning Center. So, for example, if a student is weak in a particular subject, we have students who have been great in their education, and they basically offer this service free to our new students. So they can go and meet, or if the student wants to learn another language, they can, or it's offered free in this Global Learning Center for all our students. So apart from this, we have, just to give you the idea, the big thing about the campus, we have over 5 gyms on campus. We have a swimming pool, there is a basketball court, there's a rugby court, there's a soccer field. There are all kinds of what do you say, field sports available on campus. So there, since these are available, there are many part-time jobs also available on campus for student, right? It could be in the recreation, it could be in the gym, it could be in the cleaning section, it could be in the cafeteria. So there are jobs available. The student has to look them up. So that's about it, JG. Was a short presentation. I would rather prefer taking questions from you and answering them. So I'm just gonna close this screen sharing, and I would like to take some questions from you, please.
Sandeep, tell me about the various intakes available for Indian students.
Yes, Ajayji, we have 3 intakes available. We have September, which is September, January, and summer, all 3 intake. The best part about our offer letter is that for example, even if you submit for September intake in July, the offer letter is valid for 1 complete year. So when you receive the offer letter, it will have September, January, and May intake start dates mentioned on the offer letter. The student can choose which intake they would like to begin. So you don't have to request for defer offer again.
Like you are telling us, you have the 2-year diploma also, 4-year bachelor degree also. If some student enroll for 2-year diploma, will he be having the flexibility to upgrade the course later on also?
Of course, Ajay, we have many instances where students begin with maybe a 2-year program, they exit the program, and then maybe after a few years, after maybe they've settled down, and they come back and complete the program at the university as well. Or if they want, they can start with 2 years, and they can, in the second year, they just have to meet the program coordinator and say that they would like to extend the program and complete the bachelor's. That is also possible.
Downgrading is also possible. If you enroll for the bachelor degree, later on you can cut down to the diploma also.
It is possible. However, you just need to make sure that you complete all courses that will give you the diploma. So if you are missing particular course which is offered maybe later, you should meet the coordinator and get that course done to exit with the diploma.
Sandeep, tell me about the work permit which the student receive after completing their course.
So all our programs, if you get accepted at University of Regina, are eligible for work permit. So if you do, usually means it's between 1 to 3 years, depending upon the length of the program.
And what exactly the possibility of getting the PR on completing a course and availing the work permit? What exactly the scenario?
So we have in Saskatchewan, the province of Saskatchewan, and the government offers a program, a pathway program for immigration, which is called the Saskatchewan Immigrant Nominee Program. It has like 4 requirements, which are very simple. Unfortunately, I cannot discuss since I'm not an immigration consultant, but I can share the document and the link for you. It's very, very simple. It has only 4 requirements. 90% of our students should complete a bachelor's program, should be able to meet the requirements right after completing the program. So it's the fastest pathway to immigration in whole of Canada.
Like the student are just having the co-op term, so they are getting the work experience and will help you getting the PR also.
Absolutely. The work experience, Saskatchewan, the advantage is the work experience gathered even before completion of the program is counted towards the work experience in your permanent residency through SINP. So that is an advantage of a co-op. So any kind of work, basically part-time, full-time, is gonna be helpful for the student in Saskatchewan.
Sandeep, tell me about the weather, because students are very much they are having apprehension regarding the weather of this area.
Very good question. Thank you, Ajayji, for bringing it up. If you see, I would rather say the students should look up the weather themselves on Google. If they compare the provinces, various provinces, right now in Canada, everywhere it snows, and the 4 months are little when it snows between November to February. Those are usually the difficult months. However, there are many, many activities which keep happening on campus, off campus, within communities. In Saskatchewan, we have a big Indian community, big Bangladeshi community, big South Asian community. So there are many, many activities which happen, which keep the student busy. And the student, like usually, if you uh, for example, if I've lived myself in Canada like for 4 years in Quebec, people used to say like it's gonna be cold and it's gonna be difficult to survive. But it was only the first year. Second year was like I was amongst them, one of them. Like they didn't even, I didn't even feel nothing about it. I was in temperature of less than -40 degrees, and I didn't feel nothing. So it's usually just the apprehension that students have that it is very cold. It is cold. Wherever you go in Canada, it's gonna be cold. It's just about managing you cover yourself and you do some activities, keep yourself busy. You shouldn't not be. The best part about Saskatchewan is we have a very low unemployment as well, so students should be able to find part-time jobs as well. Some of them are available on campus. We have the downtown just 10 minutes away, so there are opportunities available for students.
So as for weather is concerned, only 4 months is just can have the concern. Otherwise, 8 months are good.
Absolutely. It's 4 months are there. November usually it begins to get cold and it becomes colder and colder as it goes from December to January and February. It's really like on the peak, and then it cools down. It's very, 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 very means it's very, very manageable. Usually it's the difficult months are January and February, to be honest. November, December still it's absolutely fine. So just about managing 2 months, you should be good. And it's usually just the first year, which is difficult. Once you are there, first year goes, second year you are like one of them. You wouldn't even care what is weather outside.
So Sandeep, you are telling the various courses and then 3 intakes. Since it is one of the renowned university of Canada, it comes under U15 University, which are the top 15 university of Canada. So tell me about the visa aspect. What
So
is the
are we
success
so
rate?
okay, so our visa success is very high as compared to any other Canadian province. If you even Google and check for whole of Saskatchewan, it goes at 90%, the visa success. So probably that gives you an idea the reputation of the province, the reputation of the universities and institutions that are based out of Saskatchewan. And University of Regina, as you mentioned, is a top 15 comprehensive Canadian university. Therefore, it holds a big reputation. So if you are accepted, you have a good chance that you might be able to come and study at University of Regina. So that's a big advantage of University of Regina.
Sandeep, what happened, mostly the diploma programs are greatly found in colleges only, not the university.
Mhm.
This is the one of the renowned university which are having the diploma programs also. That is the
Absolutely.
right, yes.
Absolutely. Plus, the advantage of the diploma here is it's all what we call as laddering programs. So basically, if the student completes 2 years, they can even graduate with a bachelor's degree. So that's the big advantage of these diplomas. Usually, when you do diplomas, those are not transferable. You do not get 100% credit for what you have studied. But at University of Regina, you get almost 100% credit for your previous education. So you complete 2 years and you can complete a bachelor's with 100% credit. So you will begin the third year.
Like once you completed the 2-year diploma, you have the two options. One, you can get the work permit straightforward, come into the industry, go for the job and get the PR, and later on you can come down and complete your bachelor degree, or the otherwise straightforward, go for the additional 2 year and complete your bachelor degree.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That is two
Best
options
part of it.
available.
Yeah.
Two options available. Student can choose their path depending upon their uh, level of education they want to attend before they complete the graduation. So that's fine. Absolutely fine.
Sandeep, tell me about the possibility of getting the lateral entry into the program from India, like those who have completed the certain degree or diploma after the 12th. So what is the possibility of getting the lateral entry admission into the different programs in University of Regina?
So you mean that students have completed after plus 10 plus 2 plus some other degree? Is that?
Yes, a degree, diploma, like the student may completed the BBA program in India and wants to just go for the completion of bachelor degree in Canada, and then they wanted to get the lateral entry admission.
Okay. So see, if the student has done anything after plus 2, that is after grade 12, we will need a WES evaluation done to identify where the student, what has the student studied and where the student stand. So once the WES evaluation is done, it can be submitted as you can submit the application, the student will be accepted, and then you can request for credit transfers. The maximum is 2 years of credit transfers that is given to students. So the student will have to do another 2 years and complete the bachelor's program.
And so you tell me about the PG level programs, like what are the various programs available for after the graduation, getting admission into the PG diploma or master degree program?
Ajay ji, master's program, it's kind of little difficult to get into our master's program, but we need a WES as well for most of our program. We need a supervisor access for the students as well. In some cases, in all our business program, we need work experience plus 2 references from their one of their colleagues or their managers at their work employment. So a minimum requirement is 70% and above. We do not have any PG diplomas, but there are master programs available. 2 years master's program.
What is the possibility, like once the student get the PR, and will it be mandatory to remain there in such occasion, or otherwise student have the possibility of come out of the
So
province?
usual requirement is that there is a mandate requirement by each province because that is
PN,
basically they are offering this great
PNP program.
opportunity exactly through PNP. It's always a requirement to stay in the province. However, like students, we can meet immigration consultants and check their options available. But there are certain options available, but since I'm not a CSA consultant, I wouldn't be able to comment on that. But there are options available for students.
Can you tell me about the application fees? What exactly the application fees to apply?
Application fees is $100, Canadian $100, and you can submit the application where you just need 10th mark sheet, 12th mark sheet, passport of the student, and one of the language tests. Only these 4 documents. And if there is a gap, for example, student finished grade 12 last year So we just need a gap explanation letter. It could be 2 or 3 lines, that is more than enough, has to be submitted, and we will be able to release the offer letter within 7 to 10 business days.
Sandeep, do you provide the conditional offer letter also if some student is not having the class 12th result or maybe the IELTS score with them? What exactly?
Absolutely, Ajay. We offer conditional offers as well, which is basically if the student is missing or is waiting for a grade 12 result, we can issue the conditional offer on that. Or if the student is missing or waiting for IELTS or one of the tests to be to appear for, we can release a conditional language offer as well.
So what is exactly the scenario of availability of the courses in January intake or my intake? Are the full courses are available or maybe there's some
We have
let's
all courses available all throughout the year. So if you apply, even we are open for September till now, we are open until July. So even you can apply, as I said, July, end of July, you can apply for September intake. We are the one of the only universities which is open for September until July. And if you, for example, as I mentioned, if the student receives the visa on time before the September start, they can begin in September. Otherwise, our offer is valid for the next 2 semesters as well. They can begin in January or they can begin in May. Doesn't have an impact. The same offer letter can be used for all 3 intakes.
that is the biggest advantage. Like
Yes,
if you miss the bus, you can catch it again.
exactly. You're already in the bus. You're just waiting for it to be.
Yes.
Yes,
So, Sandeep, thank you so much for sharing all this information about the very renowned university. And
yes.
definitely, we are looking forward to a good student at the different level of the programs.
That would be great. Thank you, Ajay. Thank you for your time. I'm just gonna give you like quick thumbs up on
Okay,
main points about the university.
okay.
So we are a top 15 Canadian comprehensive university. We are a public university. There are opportunities for co-ops available, scholarships available. For students, there is an option for immigration through SINP. There are certain requirements which I will share the document with you. Maybe. And apart from this, there are programs available in arts, we have in business, we have in science, we have in engineering, we have in education, we have in social work, we have in health science. So all these fields, over 120 UG programs available. Admission requirements are very simple at just 50% and above aggregate required plus IELTS of 6.5, no band less than 6. If you see at the whole package which the university offers, it's an amazing deal. We have the offer letter for a public university released between 7 to 10 days. I don't think so any other public university would be able to match that speed of plus our offer letter is available conditional as well. Plus the offer letter is valid for 1 complete year. So the student can choose the intake that they would like to begin. The admission application fees is only $100. Fees is very affordable at 20,500 Canadian dollars. Top 15. So if you might have 3 kinds of student, one is basically looking for good education. So we are a top 15 Canadian university. You might have a student who is looking at affordability. Our fees is one of the lowest for a top 15 comprehensive university. For example, in Toronto, where you might have such a high ranked university, the fees might be around 35,000 Canadian dollars. We are at 20,500, which is among the lowest. So affordability is met as well. Plus, we have very high employability and co-ops available, which help the student fund their own education, a part of it. So that comes the affordability. And the third is students looking for immigration. So the program which province of Saskatchewan offers is SINP, which will help them for pathway to immigration. So everything offered for all kinds of students at University of Regina. We look forward to welcoming some of them this year. Thank you, Ajay ji, for holding
Thank
this
you so much.
session.
Sandeep, you summarized in a very informative manner, and then definitely a student will help all this information, and definitely they are just making their through this
Listen.
university. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ajay ji.